Hi, I'm Steve Johnston. Are you a successful real estate agent living with this underlying sense that there is a ceiling on your growth at your current brokerage and that there is perhaps something out there that would allow you to spread your leadership wings and build a better future for yourself and your family? Because that does describe a lot of successful real estate agents. The problem is they don't know what to do about it because they're looking for more than just another brokerage. The truth is we live in unprecedented times. Over the last few years, real estate in the US has changed forever. Stricter compliance, rapidly advancing technology, and access to better compensation models are all redefining our industry, and unfortunately, many brokerages are not changing with the times and are going to get left behind. But when successful agents do move brokerages, most of them are looking for at least these three things. First, they want a platform to build a sustainable, technologically advanced business. Second, they want an environment that provides lots of support and collaboration and yet maintains their independence. And third, the model has to allow them to build genuine wealth for their future. Now, does any of that describe you? Are you looking to unlock new opportunities in your real estate career? Well, then what we'll cover in this video may be exactly what you're looking for, because this is what Gen Realty Collective is all about. We're not a brokerage. We're not a traditional real estate team. We are a collaborative collective of successful agents looking to the future and supporting each other as we use the best platforms and the most advanced technology to build our own businesses. And together, we are going to thrive in this evolving landscape. So what is Gen Realty Collective all about? Well, before I get into that, I do need to tell you a little bit about myself, because if you're going to watch this video to the end, which I really hope you do, you're going to need to know that I've got a track record of successful leadership in the real estate industry. And perhaps more to the point, you need to know that the model I'm going to lay out for you in this video is not a theory. We know that it works. So over the last 25 years, other than a 7-year period where I was in the ministry, I have been a real estate sales trainer. Way back in 2003, I partnered with Brian Buffini to bring Brian's company, which at the time was called Providence Systems, to South Africa. And over the next few years, we built South Africa's largest real estate training and one-on-one coaching business. Over the years, I have trained tens and tens of thousands of real estate agents, and having joined EXP a few years ago, which is part of the story we're going to get to, I have now been hired by EXP as one of their global trainers on lead generation by referral. So I am a real estate trainer, but I also joined EXP Realty as an agent immediately when they opened in the country where I live, South Africa, at the beginning of 2021. And it has been an absolutely phenomenal experience for which I am very grateful. I have built what has become, I believe, EXP's largest revenue share group of any leader in the 22 countries outside of the US and Canada. I've got about 1,000 agents in multiple countries in my team, and a couple of years ago I was voted as EXP Realty's Global Agent of the Year. So that's a bit of my background. My faith is important to me, as I mentioned earlier, and family is important to me. I've been married to my wife Danielle for 25 years. We have 3 young adult children. I also host a large real estate conference every year in Cape Town. You're invited. We'd love to have you here. It's called the Build Conference. And in 2024, the founder and chairman of EXP, Glenn Sanford, was one of my guests. If you scroll down this page, you can click to watch my 20-minute interview with Glenn. My initial exposure to EXP happened in 2020 when I got a call from an ex-client of mine now living in Canada who had previously owned several significant Sotheby's franchises in South Africa, asking me to take a look at a real estate company that he said was going to be launching in South Africa later in the year, named EXP Realty. Now, I had never heard of EXP Realty at the time. As it turned out, I learned that they are a US-based based real estate company. They were about 10 years old at the time, but because I do get approached a little bit by companies wanting me to promote their stuff to the real estate industry, I usually just decline those offers and politely get on with my day. But in this case, what he told me about this business did intrigue me. So I started doing a little bit of quiet homework into EXP. And I've got to say, the more I found out about this company, the more I was absolutely blown away by their disruptive model, particularly how they compensate their agents. And what they've achieved. Since they launched in 2009, eXp Realty have grown to about 90,000 agents in 24 countries and are still expanding. As I learned, eXp is listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. They are the largest brokerage by closed transaction sides in the United States, and they are now the largest independent real estate company in the world. And all of that has been done in the space of 15 years, which is remarkable. So, having done my homework, I came to the conclusion that this was the best opportunity that I would ever see, and I joined EXP. And I'm very grateful for how it has changed my life and my family's lives. But now, more to the point. The question is, how have I managed to build such an unusually big real estate team in such a short space of time? I think by anybody's standards, building a team of 1,000 agents in less than 4 years is unusual. So how have I done that? It's an important question, and it's important because this is exactly what we are now doing in the US real estate market with Gen Realty Collective. And I'm looking for a few key leaders to take that journey with, and you might just be one of them. Part of the answer to how I've done it is that I realized at the outset that in addition to helping agents get onto EXP's platform, there were a few other tools, technology applications, and training resources that we would add into the mix of what our team members could access. And we also realized very early that building a collective, which is to say a healthy culture of collaboration and support across the whole team nationally, would be key. So, the unique strategy that I've used to grow so fast is built on 3 pillars, which we have now brought together for agents in the United States through what we're doing with Gen Realty Collective. The first pillar is eXp Realty's platform itself. And I'm going to explain that in some detail a little bit later, because even in the US, there is still a widespread misunderstanding of what eXp actually offers agents and how powerful their platform is. The second pillar is a solution that gives agents very high quality website, branding, and online marketing resources. And these have to be designed in such a way that the average agent can implement them. The actual implementation of the technology tools must be supported by a team of experts. It doesn't matter how good your CRM system is, for example. The truth is that most agents do not use the systems that they have because they probably feel overwhelmed by the thought of figuring it out, and they actually are just too busy with other things. So the question then arises, how do you build a world-class website and run exceptionally high-quality marketing and branding initiatives without huge expense or having to become an expert in all of those things yourself? Well, solving that problem is the second pillar on which we're building our success at Gen Realty Collective. Then the third pillar is access to well-designed, well-laid out, world-class training, not only for you, but also for the team members that you bring on, so that you don't have to organize training for them. A turnkey training solution. So those are the 3 pillars. eXp's platform itself, very high quality branding and marketing resources done for you, which is essentially all about lead generation, and world-class training. And it is helping agents build on those 3 pillars really well, while connecting everyone within a collaborative culture that has caused such unprecedented growth in my business. And it can do the same for you. So for the remainder of this video, I am going to go into each of those 3 pillars in a little bit more detail, and then I want to encourage you to please book a consultation with me if you do have a sense that there might be an opportunity here for you. Just click the button on this page and book an appointment into our calendars, and I look forward to chatting to you personally. So let's start with the first pillar, the eXp Realty platform itself. And the first thing to say is that the magic of eXp's model is that they have managed to combine a phenomenal compensation plan. How they compensate their agents means that more often than not, you will make more money at eXp than you do at your current brokerage. But they've combined that with the ability to build yourself an exit plan. Now, what does that mean, an exit plan? Well, in simple terms, it means that eXp's model gives you a way, by doing what you are already doing as an agent, to build up a large asset in the form of stock in the company and set up a significant passive income through their revenue sharing system, all of which I will explain to you in this video. The other thing that top producing agents love about eXp's model is that it gives you, the agent, the freedom of running your own business, with no one micromanaging you, looking over your shoulder, but without the many expenses and legislative requirements of owning and running your own brokerage. eXp is a cloud-based business, which makes them far more profitable than all the other traditional brick-and-mortar real estate businesses out there. They are a disruptor, and predictably we are now seeing several copycat companies pop up because the traditional model of real estate simply cannot compete with what eXp are doing. This is not just another real estate company under another banner. This is a complete market disruption. It's a bit like what Uber did to the taxi industry. They don't own any vehicles, they're just a clever app on your phone, and yet they are now the biggest taxi business in the world. The same thing with Netflix. They don't own one DVD, and yet they have taken out every DVD store, including the DVD store that you used to go down to get your DVDs from. Airbnb is another example. They don't own one property, and yet they are worth more than Hilton hotels. This is what eXp have done in the real estate sector. They have completely changed the paradigm of real estate, and you're going to see how that works today. So eXp was founded in 2009 by Glenn Sanford. Glenn had been a $60 million real estate team leader as an agent with Keller Williams, but he was building his business by connecting with his clients exclusively online. Quite ahead of his time, Glenn believed that the traditional brick-and-mortar model of real estate was unnecessary. He believed that a multi-office, even national, and as it turns out, international real estate company could have all of its offices and all of its administrative staff in the cloud. And he believed that the massive cost saving that would represent to the company should be passed back to the agents themselves. He believed that a real estate company should be owned by the agents. They should be the shareholders in the company, and they should be compensated not just for the commissions that they get on their own transactions, but also for helping build the company. So fast forward the clock until today, eXp now has 2,000 full-time employees and close to 90,000 agents who all work. Now this is going to be a bit of a mind bender for you if you haven't seen it before. They work in an avatar world with auditoriums and training facilities, boardrooms, informal meeting areas, transaction support offices, tech support offices, regional and state broker rooms, and more. Everything that you would need in an old school real estate physical office is available online because of how good the technology is, and it's quicker and easier to access. And this is the great market disruptor. It might not immediately strike you how big this is, because it's all about how much money that saves the company and how they then give that saving back to the agents themselves. The fact that EXP, as big as they are, do not own one office has a huge impact on their profitability when compared to the traditional brick and mortar model of real estate. One estimate that I've seen compared just 5 of the top brokerages in America, Keller Williams, Remax, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, and Berkshire Hathaway, calculating an estimate of how much they collectively spend on brick and mortar every year, and the number was $3 billion. That's $3 billion spent every year on office space and insurance and utilities and maintenance and furniture and technology infrastructure and other physical office expenses, none of which eXp Realty has. eXp are far more profitable, and why that is important is because their profitability enables them to compensate you as an agent far better, because there's so much more money going around, and eXp are fundamentally committed to sharing it with the agents. So if you were to move your license to eXp, what are the costs? Well, there is a $149 once-off startup fee when you join eXp, and then there is a monthly cloud fee of $85 a month. So it's $85 a month for all the systems and tools and training and stock awards and revenue share and everything their platform provides. Then what are the fees and the split on your transactions? Well, before you've capped, I'll explain capping in a second, before you've capped, on each transaction, there is a transaction review and E&O fee totaling $85 per transaction. Now that $85 transaction fee increases to $250 per transaction after you've capped. But then after a further 20 transactions, which would make you an icon agent, it comes back down to $75 per transaction. So what is this capping system? This is related to the split that you're on. At the beginning of your anniversary year, every year, which is based on when you join eXp, initially you will be on an 80-20 split. But there is a $16,000 cap on the 20%, which is really good news, because from that point onwards, for the rest of that 12 months, you don't pay eXp anything except the small transaction fee. So each year, until you have paid in $16,000, you're on an 80-20 split, and when you've capped, you then keep 100% of your commission for the rest of the year, which is pretty exciting. How much are you currently paying your brokerage every year? Is it more than eXp's maximum of $16,000? It might be worth doing the math. The monthly cloud fee that you pay obviously includes a whole suite of systems. For CRM, for example, you get to choose between KV Core and Lofty, both of which are powerful lead generating AI enhanced tools. You get leads through Revenos, you get access to the Express Offers program. There's so much that you get for the monthly fee. So if you want the details, please scroll down this page and click the link to download eXp's official marketing info deck. There's a lot more detail in there, and of course we can discuss all these things personally if you do choose to book an appointment with me. What do you do about office space? If you want to meet a client, for example, eXp are a cloud-based business, so there's no offices, right? Well, here's the good news. You get a Regus membership. Regus is the world's largest provider of flexible workspaces. They have over 4,000 locations globally in just about every major town and city in the world. So the Regus membership that we all get is awesome, not just for our hometown, but also if you're ever traveling within North America or even internationally, you will always have complimentary access to any Regus Business Lounge anywhere in the world. Let's talk about eXp's Stock Awards program. This is so exciting because most agents work for many, many years for the company or companies that they work for, and they walk out at the end of the day with zero equity. They don't own any part of the business. And I'd ask you, where you're working at the moment, have they given you stock in the company? Probably not. Well, this is what EXP do. It is an agent-owned business. In 2017, EXP listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange. That's the major tech stock exchange where companies like Meta and Google and Amazon are listed. This is a picture of the EXP board of directors when they listed the company. Then this is a picture of Glenn Sanford shutting down the world markets. It's an honor that they give to the chairmen and women of companies that list on the NASDAQ. There are two general ways we get access to stock in the company. The first way is stock we are given without any cost. And there are a number of ways that happens. The second is by accessing discounted stock that we can purchase with a percentage of our commissions, which is incredibly exciting. So, how do you get given stock in this company? Let's start with that. And please note that these all take 3 years to vest. You only take legal ownership of them 3 years after they've been granted to you. And if you leave the company in the 3 years, you forfeit the shares. So, here's how it works. Every EXP agent gets a Morgan Stanley at work account. Morgan Stanley administer EXP's Global Stock Award system. And then the first deal that you do every year, EXP will put $200 worth of EXP stock into your at-work account. Then, secondly, when you cap every year, if you cap, they will put a further $400 stock into your at-work account. Then the third way you can get given shares is through the sponsor award. The way EXP works is that no one can join EXP as an agent internationally without listing an existing EXP agent as their sponsor. Someone's got to refer you into EXP, and you've got to list that person's name on your contract, and you will forever be linked to that person on EXP's global system. The technical term EXP uses is to call that person your sponsor. Now, that doesn't mean that they pay for you, it just means that they introduced you to the company. Now, if you sponsor another agent into EXP, they list your name on the contract as the person who introduced them. When they do their very first deal as an EXP agent, EXP give you, their sponsor, $400 worth of EXP stock. And that's for each person you introduce. Then the final way to be given stock is if you become an icon agent. That's EXP's top award for its mega producers. To become an icon agent, you have to cap and then do 20 further transactions. If you do that, then EXP will take the $16,000 that you paid in before you capped, and they give it back to you in the form of EXP stock. They give you $16,000 worth of stock. This is one of the reasons that top agents in the world are coming across to EXP, because even the $16,000 cap amount that you pay in on your 20% before you cap is given back to you in the form of EXP stock, essentially meaning that you are on a 100% split the whole year. What a phenomenal incentive for top agents. So those are the ways to get given stock. What about the access we have to purchasing discounted stock? Well, EXP have an incredible initiative called the Agent Equity Program. This is a voluntary program. You don't have to participate in this, although I would strongly recommend that you do, whereby EXP will withhold an additional 5% of your commissions, and they will buy EXP stock for you at a 5% trading discount. Now, these stocks that you purchase don't take 3 years to vest. You own them immediately. But you know, you're not going to miss that extra 5% if it doesn't get put into your bank account. They just keep buying stock for you every time you do a deal, and they put it in your Morgan Stanley account for you. If you work as a real estate agent for the next 5 or 10 years, can you imagine the asset that you are building up and you're not even missing it, and who knows what the stock is going to be worth in the next 5 or 10 years as EXP potentially go from 90,000 agents to 1 million agents in 200 countries, which is what their goal is. Okay, that's the stock award system. But the thing that makes EXP so special, and this really is where the magic is their revenue sharing model. When we meet, I can explain to you in more detail how this works, but here's the big idea. EXP take 50% of all the commission income they receive in every country in the world where they operate, and they put all that money in what is called the revenue share pool. and they then pay the entire revenue share pool back to the agents every month. Yes, you did hear that correctly. EXP pays half the company's revenues back to the agents every month. And that should get your attention. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. I said to you earlier that if you were to introduce an agent to EXP, which you can do, by the way, just by taking them to the website nextgenrealtycollective.com, sitting them down and watching the video together. You don't have to explain anything yourself, just watch the video together. If they get excited and they join EXP, you will become their sponsor. They now sit on what we call your first tier. Tier 1 agents, sometimes called frontline agents, are people that you have personally sponsored into EXP. And EXP, as you will see from the screen, will pay you a minimum of 17.5% of the revenue share pool of that agent's transactions. Now, if they're a capping agent, that'll be a minimum of $1,400 every year, as long as they are working as an agent, and that of course counts for as many agents as you introduce. If you sponsored 10 agents personally, it would be 10 times that. But now something else will begin to happen. When you've sponsored a couple of people, it won't take long before one of them does the same. They're also going to want to benefit from this system, and they're going to show the video to one of their friends who also is going to join. If the people you sponsor into EXP sponsor people of their own, those agents that you probably don't even know personally fall on what we call your second tier. And EXP will actually pay you more of the revenue share of agents on your second tier than they do on your first tier. You get paid up to $1,600 every year for each agent on your second tier. And so that system goes down all the way to 7 tiers, or 7 generations of agents who join your EXP group. And because EXP's revenue sharing system is global, you can potentially get agents in Canada or the UK or Dubai or India or Portugal or Mexico or South Africa or any of the countries as you see on the screen. It is an incredible global passive income opportunity. So how much can you really make with this revenue sharing model? Specifically, I want to ask what might be possible with the revenue sharing model over a 5 to 10 year period. I said to you at the beginning of today that EXP offers an exit plan for real estate agents. Well, what I'm going to show you now is obviously just an illustration. I can't guarantee it'll work exactly like this, obviously, but just to give you an idea, if you were, for example, over the next 5 years to sponsor just 2 agents per year, could you do that? Could you show this video to 2 agents per year for the next 5 years and they decide to join EXP with you? That would be 10 agents in 5 years. I think I sponsored 10 people in the first month or 2. Could you do it in 5 years? Well, if you could, with some reasonably accurate assumptions from what we've seen around the world, after 5 to 10 years, you might have 150 to 200 agents in your whole group that you would be earning revenue share from. And if you focused on attracting productive agents who would cap every year, you would be earning somewhere in the region of $15,000 to $20,000 per month as a passive income for the rest of your life. As long as those people are working as agents, you yourself do not have to be working as an agent. And that's if you only sponsor 10. Imagine you could sponsor 20 or 30 or 50. Because the income grows exponentially the more people you personally sponsor. This is the power of the revenue sharing model. And this revenue sharing model, my friends, has made many people wealthy. Many people. And you can go online and you will find that to be true as you do your own homework. So that's all about the first pillar of Next Gen Realty Collective, the EXP Realty platform. But it's obviously a central part of how you will build your business with us, and so I did want to take some time to explain it to you. For all the detail, please scroll down and click the link to download EXP's official marketing deck. There's a lot more information in there, including how commercial and the luxury divisions work, how our phenomenal healthcare system works, Revenos, KV Core, and all the other systems and resources that EXP provides to its agents. Our second pillar at Next Gen Realty Collective is the branding and marketing aspect and our partnership with Block. Our agents' growth is fueled by equipping them with the right platform, that's EXP, the right tools, and then the right training. And a cornerstone of this is our relationship with Block. With Block, you will unlock access to an entire team of professionals dedicated to helping your business thrive. This is all about how you promote and operate your business in a way that can scale. So Block provides white glove marketing, technology, and back office solutions to NextGen members. They take the complexity out of developing your own brand and how you go about marketing your value. This is a team of highly skilled professionals who will work one-on-one with you to set alight your online presence and dramatically improve your brand and your online lead gen. Specifically, Block provides our members with bespoke brand development to establish your distinctive brand identity, a beautiful custom IDX website. That website is going to intrigue your prospects and attract leads by telling your unique story, which they will help you to craft. Then agent-to-agent marketing. Block will help you attract talented agents to your team. And then all NextGen agents also have access to highly discounted partner rates for Block's on-demand marketing services, their managed PPC advertising campaigns, and strategic marketing consulting whenever you need it. You know, a lot of brokerages provide marketing software or underperforming cookie-cutter websites. Block is different. Block is not a DIY technology platform. Block is your results-driven partner. They have helped thousands of agents take their businesses to the next level, including dozens of top 1% agents ranked by the Wall Street Journal and Real Trends. If you want to maximize your real estate business, you have to stand out in the crowd. And that takes a clear strategy that works and the expert support to be able to execute it well, which is what a lot of agents can't do consistently. For NextGen Realty agents, Block's expert team is your expert team, and they are by your side the whole time. So one of the first steps that you'll take when you join NextGen Realty Collective will be to meet with my Block team for a personalized consultation on your branding and marketing. Okay, so we've covered two of the three pillars of NextGen Realty Collective. First, the eXp Realty platform, and second, our partnership with Block. The third pillar is world-class training. Together with eXp's initiatives, we provide training better than any company in the world can compete with, and there are a couple of reasons for that. First, eXp is a cloud-based business. You can attend any training that is happening in any country in the world if you think it looks applicable to your business. For example, every week in eXp World, there is a session called iConversations. This is a training session conducted by a group of the Icon agents somewhere in the world. The Icon agents are the very top 2% of eXp agents internationally. And then there is a vast library of on-demand training that eXpU make available, from legal training to systems training to lead generation systems to social media marketing or whatever. And you can choose to attend whatever looks good to you. And then there is my own training and coaching program. I have trained tens and tens of thousands of agents on the skills of lead generation, specifically how to work by referral. I teach a phenomenal system that is 100% predictable, and there are many, many agents who have told me that it has changed their lives. Now, I no longer make that training available to the general public of agents. It is reserved for the agents who join our eXp team, and you will get access to it and me for free. Again, we can discuss that in more detail in person if you would like to. Okay, so if you are now at least intrigued, perhaps you are excited about this incredible technology platform to be able to run your own business. You love the idea of keeping 100% of your commissions. You love the idea of creating financial freedom through EXP stock awards and revenue sharing programs. You love the idea of world-class training from the best agents on the planet. And the thought of having a personalized support team from Block in your corner for your branding and your marketing really attracts you. Well, if that's you, then can I ask you to please click the button on this page and book an appointment for us to talk. I want to thank you for giving me your time today. As I said, I'm looking for a few key leaders in the United States to build with, and you might just be one of those leaders. So please go ahead and click that button, and I look forward to meeting you personally.